Hey there everybody. In this video we're going to be talking about Nikon and their annual numbers that might not sound super exciting, but I promise it's going to be worth the time. Not that you should believe someone that says that they promise something on a YouTube video, but whatever. So the really interesting thing, actually, let's play the intro. So the key here, not the key. The interesting thing is that Nikon, year over year, brought in 4% less revenue this last year than the previous year. Now, they also were able to bring in 776% greater revenue year over year, profit year over year. So while they had 4% less revenue, they had 776% greater profit. Now that's due to two things in particular: restructuring and the D850. So the D850 has been one of the most compelling DSLRs, if not the most compelling DSLR ever made, right? Especially within this market space, this point in time in the marketplace, let's put it that way, because it competes so well with cameras like the A7R II and III, and it's just a fantastic device overall. Now it does really fall down for hybrid shooters who want like OS-PDAF in video with that contrast detect only autofocus system that it has in video. But the 4K quality is very good, and that's more than can be said for a lot of 4K implementations that we're seeing, especially like out of Canon. But the point is that the D850 sold a lot because this is the best camera that Nikon's come out with in years. And Nikon users who have all this Nikon glass, who are like, this might be my last chance at a fantastic Nikon camera ever, were like, we're all gonna buy it. And they were short for months of D850s. So by they, I mean like retailers of cameras, obviously. But the other huge point to this was the restructuring. I don't know if y'all are aware, but they closed down in Brazil, like almost entirely. They closed down part of their operations in China. That was they had a huge stake in a manufacturing dealie over in China, Nikon Manufacturing China, something. Anyway, Nikon Imaging China, it doesn't matter. So what they've been able to do is they've been able to, through this restructure, radically reduce cost. So their capital outlay looks a lot better, right? This is a good thing and a bad thing, right? So Nikon, is probably going to be trading well for the next little bit because these numbers are fantastic, and they're also completely not able to be repeated. Unless Nikon's going to consistently come out with products that are on the level of the D850 and radically simplify their lens lineup, because holy cow, it's opaque. I don't see Nikon being able to, in the long term, keep this kind of thing up. And by doing what they've done to an extent with their restructuring, I don't really know if we can reasonably expect to see them push forward with more D850 type products. There are two strategies to being profitable, right? That is, acquire assets, hold on to them, make them profitable. And there are sell off your assets so you look year over year much more profitable than you perhaps actually are. So we've seen GoPro with Nick, whatever his name is, the CEO, take $1 salary for the last year and a half or whatever. And that is to make the books look a lot better than they were when the company made $185 million in a year and he took a $285 million salary that year. So by taking very little, he's making their books look a lot better, and that makes the company more saleable, which I believe they've done to Xiaomi in China, but that's kind of besides the point. So what Nikon's doing is they're doing the same thing. They're saying we're going to sell off or close down these assets that we don't think are returning anything in order to look profitable, but are they really? Next year, when they report this year's numbers, are they really going to keep showing, or in the year after that, are they really going to keep showing this huge year-over-year growth? No. Are they going to see revenue growth? Maybe, but probably not. because the D850 came out last year, right? People are still going to be buying it now for a little bit while they're saving up to get it, so forth and so on. But I don't see this being a long-term play by Nikon. This is a short-term play to look really good, to be traded well in the short term. But we need to see Nikon come out with more products that are equally as compelling in different brackets as the D850. What that would look like, in my opinion, is a $2,000 A7 III equivalent in as many ways as they could possibly make it. Like a D750 upgrade, but make it mirrorless and then start a new mirrorless line of lenses and go from there. The other thing they could do would be to radically revamp their lens selection so that they're not making as many lenses on a regular basis, so they can cut down on costs. The thing is, you got to balance the cost with the profit, and with the way that DSLR manufacturers are functioning, both Nikon and Canon have really heavily segmented their own markets. That is not a winning strategy for a company that's not doing well financially. Nikon is not doing well financially. It looks like they are right now because they sold off these assets, but long term, that's not going to be the case. So if they can invest heavily in reducing their outlay, their offerings, to increase what people will buy because there won't be analysis paralysis, then I think Nikon has a shot at, and delivering fantastic products in for key demographics and in key segments like entry level, advanced to and intermediate to advanced users for like APS-C, and then basic models for full frame. Then I think they could really provide a compelling product layout that would provide them enough opportunity to bring in revenue while also not segmenting too hard that they miss out by users going with, you know, the brand that had the easier website to navigate, which frankly has been a causal factor for me to, one, not ever buy Nikon, and two, buy Sony, because their website was way easier to navigate when I was looking at picking up an off-system camera when my primary system was Canon. So now Sony's DL6300 is just a fantastic camera, and that convinced me by itself, but I started looking more seriously because of the web. Anyway, not the point. You get the point that I'm trying to make, I hope. At any rate, thank you very much for your time and for your attention. Don't hesitate to smash that like button right next to the subscribe button to check out those Amazon affiliate links. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.